Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've done a video, and I just wanted to do this quick one because, honestly, I got nothing right now. I just wanted to show you my collection of games that have anime styles to them, or are of an anime, or based on an anime, or have anime based off them. General stuff like that. These are all what I would consider to be anime-related video games, and if you disagree, make your own video. So I'm going to take you through that now. Alright, let's just go over to my game cabinet over here. This is my, for the most part, my game cabinet. I got my Blu-rays down there. As you can see, I got my NES. I got a CD from Final Fantasy up there. Some manga on top. Igarashi. Yeah, this is gonna be awkward because I gotta hold the camera and do this at the same time, so I'm just gonna go through this one by one. Starting off, I got Final Fantasy VII. The original Final Fantasy VII in its big, I think, three-disc case. I have still yet to beat this game, because I got out of Midgar, and I was like, hey, open world, and then I immediately got eaten by a snake. Up next, we have Legend of Dragoon, the one that I actually like a lot better than Final Fantasy VII. Please don't kill me. I remember playing this game on a demo disc that my big brother had back when the PlayStation 1 was, current. And I remember playing that. I played the demo for Medieval. But I remember repeatedly playing this one a lot, hoping that I would one day have the game, and what do you know, I had the game! Up next is PlayStation 2, starting off with Dot Hack Infection. This is one of my favorite JRPGs. This is one that got me into MMOs, actually. I play a lot of MMOs because I played this at first. And I guess that was the guy's intention. He wanted to create a free game that, or not free, you pay once for it, but he wanted to create a game that didn't have a monthly fee, but felt like an online experience, and this is exactly what that is. I'm actually sad that I do not have the rest of the game, but I have played them all. Some of you might not consider this one, but Devil May Cry, I consider it to be anime because, well, look at him. Dragon Ball Z Sagas, avoid this game like the plague. Well, I consider it to be part of it. Mega Man X7. This is, sadly, the first Mega Man X game I ever played, and it ruined the experience until I played Mega Man X. This is a horrendous Mega Man game, and I don't think I am ever going to go back to it and try to beat it because it's just so bad. I'm not going to be considering Sonic games anime or anime style, because honestly, despite the fact that some people would say the style does look pretty anime, I've never personally considered it that. Forgot about this one. I have Crisis Core. This is the Final Fantasy VII game that I did beat, and I was super depressed at the end of it, and even though the combat was pretty awkward, I remember playing this a lot, and really abusing summons. At least I think that was this one. PlayStation 3. Starting off with BlazBlue Calamity Trigger. This one is, I think, the first one. I'm pretty sure it's the first one. At least the first one on PlayStation 3. I don't know if there were any more before this. If you like anime, and if you're alright at fighting games, or if you even like fighting games, pick this one up. Just make sure to turn the difficulty to easy if all you want to do is go through the story mode. It's really super stylized, and I think the same group that made this made Persona 4 Arena, so it's like really cool, like 3D backgrounds, nice 3D graphics with the anime characters being in 2D and all that, and that's a really cool style, and there's a huge group of characters that you can get to learn how to play and love. My favorite's Arakune. Next is Catherine. Yes, I got the PS3 version, which came with this more raunchy cover. The other one comes with the other Catherine. Let's see if she's on the cover. No. That Catherine right there. If my phone would focus. This game is so weird. I love it so much. I've yet to beat it because, honestly, I don't really have the time right now. But I really want to because this is an Atlas game. I love Atlas. They're one of my favorite video game publishers. This is a weird mix because it's a survival horror platformer with puzzles. Yeah. And a social sim aspect. It's just really good. You may hate me for this, but I really enjoy Final Fantasy XIII. I know a lot of people hated it primarily because of the lack of open world until like the end of the game, but I really enjoyed this game. The graphics were amazing, the music was fun. Once you get like how the combat works and whatnot, especially since I played this before playing Final Fantasy X. When I played Final Fantasy X, I was like, oh, now I understand leveling. So yeah, this is actually really fun once you, if you can get over the fact that the open world isn't as open as you think, despite the fact that the entire first disc of Final Fantasy VII is confined to Midgar. Next is the first PlayStation 3 game I ever bought. This is Folklore, and I played it at a friend's house a long time ago at her birthday party, and I immediately fell in love with it because there was this game on the GameCube that I had only ever played demos of, but really wanted to get my hands on, where you have these cards and you can collect cards from defeating monsters, and with the cards you summon monsters to attack other monsters. That's pretty much how this game works too, and so I was really intrigued by it. Plus, it's got a really cool Scarecrow character that I really enjoy talking to. My more recent purchase, Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch, a game by Studio Ghibli. It's actually really fun. It's like if Final Fantasy teamed up with Pokemon, because you're running around an open world like Final Fantasy's open world aspects, like that, and then when you get into fights, you can either go up and start hitting things with your staff or your wand because you're a wizard, or you can summon familiars to fight, and it's like Pokemon. They have a certain time limit on how long they can be out, depending on your stamina. I'm not sure if that'll go up with my levels. I still haven't made it that far in this, but the only problem I've had with this so far is some of the English voice acting, but there is the option to make it Japanese, which I think every game should have. Japanese with English subtitles. It's just really fun, and I highly recommend Japanese because that little guy right there has a really obnoxious accent in English. And that's about all I have for PlayStations and PlayStation 3s and 2s and portables, other than my Vita, but we'll get to that. So moving down on. I picked this up at a yard sale. Dead or Alive Ultimate Double Disc Collector's Edition. It's a big box. It's funny because I got it at the yard sale, and when I took it home I was like, ah, crap. This Dead or Alive Ultimate 1's disc, and then Dead or Alive 3. But actually the inside of that 3 case is the second disc, so yeah, not too shabby. I have both discs and everything, but I don't have, unless Dead or Alive 3's on it, I haven't played the second disc. I've only been playing the first one, but I have both discs for this, I just don't have both cases. Here's one that I have yet to play. Guilty Gear X2, The Midnight Carnival. #reload. I've heard actually really good things about the Guilty Gear games. I've heard most of my friends that like Guilty Gear are like, it's kind of like in competition with BlazBlue. I don't know if it's the same company or whatnot, I can't see that right now. But most of my friends who love BlazBlue also really love Guilty Gear, and most of my friends that like Guilty Gear aren't too fond of BlazBlue, because they have Guilty Gear. So, yeah, I still need to give this one a go. Yes, I consider this anime Afro Samurai. It's not that fun of a game, the combat's kind of awkward, but I've enjoyed it so far. It's pretty fun. It's just, once you get the hang of the awkward combat, and I like it. A while ago when I had at some point decided that I wanted to try selling my games out and whatnot, I stopped that now because I realized I don't want to sell my games, I just want my collection to flourish. I was really happy that I didn't get rid of this one, because this one has a really awesome, nice case and everything. It's really solid on the outside, and I love cases. People who know me, they know I love cases for video games. I'm considering this one anime-styled, kill me if you want. Final Fantasy XI Online Ultimate Edition for the Xbox 360. If they made this game free-to-play, or at least like just $5 a month, I would play it religiously. I had a lot of fun in this. This is one of the most atmospheric online games I've ever played. The combat felt really fun. It took a while to kill the first few enemies, and after you got to a point where you can just go outside of the city and kill a bunny in like a couple hits, you felt really powerful. Unfortunately, I never even made it far enough to get a chocobo in this, but I have explored a lot of the terrain with my buddy, and it started raining at one point, and that was really cool. Again, a lot of atmosphere in that game. I'm also considering this one anime-styled, kill me if you want. And lastly for this shelf, I have Guild Wars Game of the Year Edition. I've played this quite a bit, not too much because none of my friends played it. This is what I played when I wanted to play an MMO, but couldn't afford World of Warcraft. And I liked it. I liked the customization in it. I loved the monsters and whatnot. I made it to the point where I think I could fight that dragon, but I wasn't positive because I was young at the time. So yeah,